Next Tuesday, Ohio voters decide whether to legalize marijuana. Local 12 News reporter Jeff Hirsch has been looking all week at legal pot in Colorado, where both recreational and medical marijuana are allowed, as it would be here if Issue 3 passes. This evening, the impact of legalization on DUI.
Here's a message from the state of Colorado to the state of Colorado.
As they motor through Colorado, drivers can reflect on a zippy public service announcement from the State Department of Health.
Now that marijuana is legal here, we've all got a few things to know.
The tone is gentle, almost cutesy.
If you choose to use, don't drive high. Instead, just walk or skip or catch a ride.
But the issue is serious. Driving under the influence of a legal substance is still illegal, be it alcohol or marijuana. But for marijuana, there's no breathalyzer test. The cops check motor skills.
You have tests that'll look for lack of convergence for the eyes. You have tests that'll, the modified Romberg test, that'll test somebody's balance and their ability to estimate a time, as well as any body tremors that they may or may not have.
Blood tests are also possible. There is a measurable number, and as with alcohol, refuse a blood test and your license is suspended. Medical marijuana has been legal in Colorado for well over a decade, but recreational stores have only been open since January 2014.
There's your tag about the joint and your receipt. Everything's legal.
So the obvious question, with pot easier to get, are more drivers driving high? The answer? Not sure. According to the Colorado State Patrol, there was no specific marijuana-only driving DUI listing before 2014, just drugs in general. So there's no legitimate before and after. Since 2014, CSP marijuana-only citations, that's state police only, have been around 12 to 14% of all driving under the influence citations.
Starting in January of 2014, we began to collect internal stats for the State Patrol specific to marijuana.
Also crunching numbers, an organization called the Rocky Mountain High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area, a regional study and enforcement group. That agency says in 2014, when recreational marijuana stores opened, there was a 32% increase in marijuana-related traffic deaths in just 1 year, although it's not clear how many of those wrecks were caused by marijuana impairment alone as opposed to pot and something else. The same group says Denver City Police saw marijuana-involved citations double from 2013 to 2014, 33 to 66, but again, it's unclear if the reason is simply more aggressive enforcement. Whatever is going on in Colorado, the police advise to Ohio, start counting now. That way, if legal marijuana does pass, at least there will be some baseline for comparison. One last bit of advice from police here in Colorado. If marijuana becomes legal in Ohio, if it's legal and socially acceptable to use, it is still not socially acceptable, nor is it legal to drive with it, to drive under the influence.
And that's the biggest message we want to get out there to people, is that regardless of the legalization of recreation or medicinal, is that it is not safe to operate a motor vehicle while under the influence of any drug.
In Denver, Jeff Hirsch, Local 12 News.
And on Local 12 tomorrow evening, a Colorado parents group trying to keep legal marijuana away from kids.